This is how I personally use AI to help me analyze and find trades for natural gas futures specifically, where I only sell options. So, and this is the prompt that I use every single time, and I will link it in the description so you can copy and use it for yourself. So basically, it says I am an option seller. I want to analyze NG natural gas future to decide what kind of a position I can open. Then I would like the following information. What are some upcoming events or reports that will 100% affect the price? Do not list any events that are not certain to affect the price. It's really important because any kind of AI just going to list you a bunch of different things. We only need the things that are guaranteed to have some sort of effect on the price. Now, is the price moving in an uptrend, downtrend, or side trend currently? And how seasonality will affect the price in the next two to 3 weeks, which is usually my holding period, sometimes even less than that. But this is the kind of window that I care about. Number 4, and how volatility looks in terms of the past 3 months. Now, for the estimations for the weather forecast for the seasonality, I give it a website to be looking at. Same thing for the volatility, and I ask to make the report the least amount of words and just make it to the point. And again, I will link everything. So for volatility, I give him this website, or I give it this website, the CME volatility index, which shows you the actual volatility of commodities. And this is the website for the average US temperatures in the next 6 to 10 days. And then there's different outlooks. Now, the reason I use Grok is I go back and forth with ChatGPT and Grok. Lately, Grok has been giving me way more up-to-date information, and ChatGPT has been lagging like a day or two. So let's click here and see what we get, and then we can see what kind of position we can potentially open or not open, but it will give us really good insight. Instead of doing everything manually, you can just do it this way, and it's a game changer, and you can make really good decisions. So the upcoming events. We have the weekly natural gas storage report on Thursday. So this is Wednesday, as I'm recording this video right now. We have LNG export capacity changes, will increase demand. And we have the weather forecast, temperature shifts drive heating and cooling demand. So these are the things that we kind of need to kind of look for and take into the account. So the current price trend says it's a downtrend, and we'll take a look at the graph in a second. Dropped 5% recently due to reduced demand forecast, increased supply, and ample storage. For the seasonality, next 2 weeks, July to August 2025. So it's neutral to bearish. The July-August typically sees lower demand due to milder weather, reducing heating cooling needs. Now, this is based on the website that I provided for the forecast. So the 6 to 10 day forecast predicts above average temperature in the eastern US, potentially increasing cooling demand slightly, but storage levels remain high, capping price spikes. So it tells us basically that there is likely to be a lot of cooling demand, but at the same time, these storages are so full that it basically will mean the price is not gonna spike up that crazy. For volatility, it's moderate volatility currently, which is true. It's exactly what it is. And it just kind of tells you exactly what's going on. And for the conclusion, so natural gas futures are in a downtrend with moderate volatility driven by high supply and storage. No major price catalysts are confirmed for the next 2 to 3 weeks due to seasonal low demand, though weather-driven cooling needs could cause minor spikes. Selling call options or bearish spreads may suit current conditions, but monitor the EIA reports and weather updates closely for sudden shifts. So I would agree basically with everything said over here. And if you look at the natural gas chart actually here, we can see we had 3 massive down days. And if this was something that I was considering to do right now, I would wait for price to just, to have maybe 1 or 2 green days before I sell a call, because the price has already been going down quite significantly for 3 days. And this would have been our entire basically profit if we would have sold the call a bit earlier, just a day or two earlier. Now, what can we potentially open on the graph and how would I go about it. So for quick trades like this, I would always go for cycles closest to 45 days. So we have the 34 days here, and I always choose the LNE. This is the financial contract. This is the most liquid one as well. So if you look at the call, this is the September expiration contract, or the future contract. So let's go to just delta 10, just see what it looks like on a graph. So this is strike number 4. So let's label it and see what can we get. Is it worth it? How far away is it? Our 4 story is over here. Let's see if it's something worth doing or not. Now, it is somewhat close to the price. Ideally, you would want to strike above these highs over here. But if price will go up before we open the position, and we will be able to get a strike somewhere here. So ideally, I would probably want to go for 4.4, given the current price, of course. But again, I would not open it right now as it is. I would wait for price to recover a little bit. And then I don't really care if price goes sideways or down or even a bit up. I'm going to be totally fine. It's pretty far away. It's really far, the 4.4 strike. So if you move the strike to 4.4, currently right now, we're not going to get much credit. I will get about $90, maybe $100 credit. It's not much right now, I know. At the same time, if we really want to open the position, and this is all the credit we can get, so we can go to this cycle, the 64 days. It's also really close to 45 days. But now we will need to use the October contract. So over here, we can also maybe go for the 4.4 strike. And then let's see what we get here. If we go to the 4.4, we're probably going to get way more credit. Let's see here. Yeah, so we get $500 in credit. So way more. And this is obviously a big difference. And here we can collect about 2, 3, 4 contracts per $100,000. So you'll collect about 2% of your account in premium and then take profits at 50%. And it will be a profitable trade due to seasonality. At the same time, you do need to have a stop loss. And I do have videos explaining exactly how you can protect a short naked put or a short naked call, because it is really important. But generally speaking, if you open this position pretty small, yeah, you'll be fine. You can let it kind of bounce around, and it will be just fine based on the seasonality, based on the outlook. Now, at the same time, let's say you open the position, you need to keep checking every day with whatever ChatGPT, Grok, and kind of putting this prompt every single time, and then seeing if anything changes. Let's say the supply is changed, or there's some major disruption. Or the temperature's changed. So you're just gonna follow the trade and see if your assumptions has changed since you opened the position. Biggest thing is risk management and position sizing. That's what I would probably focus on. But this is how I would basically use any kind of AI with this specific prompt. You can use it on different products. It will be different actually for each product, and I'm gonna make a video showing the exact prompt I use for each and single product that I trade, because natural gas is affected by weather, gold isn't, right? It doesn't care if it's cold or hot. It is affected by different fundamentals basically. So this is it for this video. I think it's pretty useful. Hopefully this information was useful. If yes, feel free to follow me. I'm going to be releasing a lot of more information on my workflow and how I look at every single product. I only trade 7 products, and it's important to understand that each product has its own personality. And if you understand how it works, you can be really successful selling options on it. So that's it. Thank you again, and I will catch you in the next one.